Good afternoon, Facebookers. Gabe Toth here with Gabe Toth Music Instruction and Sound. Just had a great phone interview with Worldwide Podcast. Worldwide Podcast, there's another word in there, but yeah, they called and we had an interesting phone interview, so I believe that's being recorded and will be put out into the public in a little bit, and it's basically for marketing with professionals, and so professionals can contact each other, and the host said that he's interested and would actually like to maybe take piano himself, but we'll see I'll believe it when I see it. However, I just want to spread some information. Knowledge is power. Okay, yes, ignorance is bliss, and that seems to be the in thing these days. However, knowledge is power, and I'm here to share with you the knowledge that I've gained over 40 years of working in the industry of music and 30 years of teaching on and off. On and off meaning I would teach when I wasn't working on a gig contract or being on a cruise ship or doing a musical, or because that's usually how that work was done, by 4-month contracts, 6-month contracts. Okay. And I also want to discuss with you, with the public, about online music lessons and the whole concept of music information itself. I would like to tune you in that I've been working with a third-party tutoring site called SuperProf, and I've gotten over 300 students since I started with just SuperProf. Right now I'm on 23 different tutoring sites. SuperProf and mine are the best ones, and I've had many clients come to me saying they were online and they were watching videos on YouTube. However, they couldn't understand past a certain amount of information, and again, I'm here to end the ignorance about music and the arts also, because we don't have to be ignorant about everything in this world. Okay, so it's just something that I'm personally not really into, and I don't think it's okay. However, that's whatever. However, thinking that, oh, well, gee, I don't need a teacher or a coach. I can just look it up on the internet myself. Well, I've had many students come to me on SuperProf stating how they did that, and it's just not the same as having someone to guide you, someone to work with you. And if that was the case, then their colleges would close and and just say, okay, we'll go to YouTube and we'll give you a YouTube degree, which is kind of happening in places. However, music is one of those things where you need feedback from a professional, someone who's been there, someone who's done that, someone who's seasoned. Even if you learn so much on the YouTube or the video or the course, how do you know if what you're doing is correct or healthy? Okay, so having a coach, music-wise, is a very good thing. Having someone who is seasoned and experienced is a good thing. Unfortunately, with the online music coaching, and not just online, but music teaching in general, there are a lot of teachers out there who are not certified, and they really just fake their way through it to make a buck or to keep the numbers of the store they're working for, the lesson center they're working for, just to keep their numbers up so that the owners can have their yachts and vacation homes down in Florida, which that's okay too, because mine's in Nova Scotia. So, oops, that I didn't tell you that. Can't let out too much information. But anyway, I'd love to have you come and study with me. I guarantee you will have fun. Every week you will have a moment, okay? And that's what's worth everything right there. Watching the student on the other side, getting a smile or a gleam in their eye and getting one of those, oh gee, I never thought I could do this before, okay? Or you get the student that experiences something for the first time and think it's a bad thing. Oh, I sound like an opera singer, and then they don't do it again. It's like, no, it's just that you've never done it before, and you do it 3,000 more times, you're not going to sound like an opera singer. Again, ignorance. So we got to get over this stuff and ask, listen to professionals, listen to people who've been there and done that, okay? So rather than just counting on videos, and again, it doesn't matter if you want to do it for a hobby or if you're already a seasoned professional. I've had all kinds of students come to me. I've even worked with students, yes, here in Lower Nazareth, Pennsylvania, okay, the backwoods. I've had guys that were seasoned performers already gigging in LA, Nashville, and Houston already, and some from London and all the other places. And you would think, oh, well, gee, why don't they just go to a coach in LA, Nashville, or, first of all, I'm underpriced for those places. You may see my fees and be like, oh, no, I'm not going to him. It's too expensive. I'm going to go to the music store that only charges such and such. Okay? Well, there's not too much pride about being the cheapest music teacher. Think about that. Put yourself in the music teacher's shoes for a second. And if you were the cheapest guy, think about what you're really selling. Okay? I'm not selling me. I am selling results. Okay? I am selling transformation, results. Okay? You will change, you will notice, you will have aha moments. Okay? So, anyway, with that said, I just wanted to make that clear. So if your thinking is along the lines of, oh, we just don't need music teachers, every music teacher is the same, there's a lot of fakes out there that are using it to swindle you. Okay? Just like anything else. But since this is an in thing and it's growing, the online music teaching, it's an in thing. You're going to run into a lot of fakes and a lot of people who are not qualified, and they take my students away. So, but then we all miss out, and except for the guy swindling. Now we have the guitar, and this is day 3 of guitar. So what I'm going to show you here, I showed you, about the headstock, the fretboard, the strings, string 1 being the thinnest, string 6 being the thickest, the one closest to you, okay? And remember, the hardest thing, the most challenging thing about learning the guitar is molding our hand to the fretboard, okay? So I showed you the exercise, the four fret exercise, okay? Going up 4 frets, making sure you use every finger, okay? Now I'm going to show you a variation on that. So if you're bored with the 1, 2, 3, 4, try this. This is going to be fun. It's going to feel awkward as hell now, okay? However, the more you do it, the least awkward it's going to feel. So we go 1, 3, 2, 4. And do the same pattern coming back down the strings. And again, the better you get at it and the more clear you are, okay, the faster you can go, okay? And remember, we learned how to read chord grids yesterday, and we learned the C chord, okay? And we learned the G chord. But now we're going to learn the F chord, which is a very hard chord, okay? And it's usually shown in the beginning, which is kind of awkward because it's the chord that goes along with C and G. So in that respect, it kind of has to be shown. But it takes some people a long time to get this chord because of where it's at. And if you look, the finger is going to be across all 6 strings, the first finger. And then we play the F chord. And the F chord is very hard. So in the beginning, to a beginner, I have you play a watered down version, which is still challenging, okay? We take our first finger, and our first finger is going to cover the first fret of the first 2 strings. So you're covering 2 strings with one finger. So now you have to lay your finger down flat to get both strings pressed. And then we're going to take our second finger and we're going to put it on the 3rd string, okay, 2nd fret. And then we're going to take our 3rd finger and put it on the 4th string, 3rd fret. Okay. Now, so just focus on those 4 rather than trying to do the whole chord right now, which is a bit hard, okay? Just focus on those 4 strings, okay? So that's your 3rd chord. These chords go together. Those are the 3 primary chords in the key of C major. We have C, F, and G. So as you know, how many songs have that? Good love, good love, da 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 da. Okay, shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Then we have, la, bamba, la, bamba. Okay? So, and there's a million songs that are written using those 3 chords. Matter of fact, it's been known that, the guitar is the simplest instrument to play, which it is not, and I will explain that too. It's just that some guitarists, they learn 3 chords, G, C, and D, and then they are able to label themselves as musicians and guitarists. And therefore, then the guitar becomes the easiest instrument to play. However, it's not the easiest to master. When I started playing the guitar, I was already a seasoned piano player. And, of course, at the time, it's just another instrument. I already know music, so I'll be able to play it real quick and have no problem. Was I wrong? Okay? The guitar, just like any other stringed instrument, there are many ways to do the same thing. Okay? Whereas with the piano, for example, like middle C, boom, there's one middle C, and that's it. On the guitar, you can play the same note in some instances in like 5 different places, 4 different places, okay? So what note do we use? When, where, and how, okay? That's the stuff you need to learn. Okay, that goes along with theory. That's actually called chord voicings. Okay, so where do we play everything? And usually you have to look at the whole phrase, the whole solo as a whole to figure out where the best place is to play it. So, any questions, anything, any comments, any suggestions? Please check out my new website. I tweaked my website. Of course, I've been working a lot. I'm revamping my whole music tutoring business, which is a lot of fun stuff. It was a lot of work at first and kind of tedious, but I'm having fun, doing the ads, the videos, the promotions, and all the other stuff. And I revamped the website, and what I'm doing now is I am putting down music lessons every day on my blog. So if you check out my blog, I'm starting with vocal, okay? So there's 4 different subtopics. So if you check out my blog at www.GabeTothMuzak Instruction, it's Muzak spelled with M-U-Z-A-K. Okay, I can't even talk today. Woo, it's a rough day getting started off here. But yeah, I usually start my teaching days at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and go up until about 10, 11 at night, because a lot of the clients are West Coast, which is a 3-hour difference. And I hope everybody's staying warm. I hope everybody's okay. I haven't been feeling too well lately. However, I'm, the music and doing this really helps me feel better, and being in the zone when I'm best, healthiest when I'm teaching and doing something that is positive and productive and fun. Okay, so you can check out www.GabeTothMuzakInstruction.com, and the blog is very interesting. Sign up for the emails. I don't send too many extra things, and I don't sell your information. Or how the heck could people sell information? Some of this stuff I just can't fathom. But anyway. Also the contest, okay, I am giving away half-hour weekly lessons in either piano, guitar, bass guitar, ukulele, drum kit, trumpet. I think I have them all now. So basically everything but bowed strings and woodwinds. I don't do bowed strings and woodwinds, or timpani, kettle drums, because I don't have any. Okay, but anyway, feel free to stop by, drop your name in a direct message, give me a text, give me a call, 484-544-2541. I still have spots on Mondays and Tuesdays if you would like to study. If you're a child, an adolescent, or an adult, by all means, give it a try, give it a shot. I promise you results, okay? Of course, if you're not happy, then of course you can I'll refer you to someone. I don't know who I could refer to, but I'll make sure that you're happy. So, because you come first, and it's about having results and positive results and transforming you into a musician you never thought you could be. Okay, so have a great day. God bless.